It's time to address the elephant in the room. We are in my freaking apartment. My first ever big girl apartment. I am so excited. I can't believe I'm finally here to share with you guys that I finally moved. I know we've been talking about it for so long. I've been dropping little hints. I've been posting stuff on social media, but some people knew, some people didn't know, but I have officially moved. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who have supported me and, you know, helped me build furniture, clean my apartment, you know, bought me things for my apartment. Like, I am so thankful and so grateful. I feel like God has really blessed me with the best community ever. Like, my friends and family, they are different. Like, they are a different breed and they just show up and show out for me so much. So I'm just so thankful. And most importantly, I am thankful to God because God allowed me the opportunity to have this apartment, to spend more time with him, to be alone. I have been in my apartment for about a month and it's been a journey, okay? I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about other people. I've learned a lot about God, but ultimately I feel like he's been continuing to keep me. He's been continuing to provide for me. I don't literally miss a meal. Before we jump into, you know, me moving in, cleaning, and all the, like, you know, behind the scenes and the stuff that y'all want to see, I do want to make sure that I give thanks to the Lord because he really has provided for me and he's just always kept me. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a voiceover while you guys watch me unpack and settle in. So the first couple days in my apartment were just literally all about cleaning and unpacking. So day one, my cousin came over, we blasted gospel music, we prayed, and we got straight to work. I'm very big on just making sure my space is nice and clean from a spiritual standpoint. I am very big on prayer and, you know, following God's direction for my life. So any environment that I'm in, I always make sure I start out with prayer and gospel music. I get down, I don't play. So once that was done, we were able to really get into the nitty gritty, you know, setting up the kitchen, the bathroom, and all that good stuff. Ultimately, I know a lot of people were wondering where I moved and blah, blah, blah. So I actually moved to New Jersey from New York City. I've lived in New York my whole life, lived specifically in Queens for 10 years. So it was a very hard decision to make. I definitely did cry. I went back and forth with it for months about where I wanted to be. But because I work in Jersey and the prices are much better in Jersey where apartments are concerned, it just made the most sense for me. I wanted a pre-war building because I love the character of an older building, but I also wanted that modern feel, and my apartment happened to be freshly renovated, nice modern finishes, but still had that kind of older pre-war building character that was very important to me, especially with my kind of ideas about how I want to design everything. So you guys will definitely see the process of me putting things together. This here is day 2. I had already gotten a TaskRabbit to come and put up curtains and just started getting to work really because I do have a lot of space, and because I'm always working, I don't have much time to get a lot of things done. So I had to really capitalize on every single day first week. Like, I was not playing. So this layout of my bathroom does change a little bit. As of right now, the bathroom looks a little bit different, but you guys will see all of that as we continue to, you know, do vlogs and show you guys like my apartment tour and everything. But ultimately, this is where we panned out. Now it's time to do grocery shopping. Now that we've gotten all that out the way, I do want to take some time to really talk about what it's like to live alone. I know a lot of you guys are, you know, in your early mid-20s or whatever, or maybe you're in your 30s and you're really thinking about moving out, you know, wanting to live alone, but you're scared, you're nervous. I did want to spend some time really like chopping it up with y'all, because one thing about me, I really want to make sure that like I'm holding myself accountable. And something I told myself was like, when you get your own apartment, you will be consistent on YouTube and you really will lock in on building your community. And I think that the best way to build a community is to just be open and vulnerable with y'all and really chop it up. I love talking to y'all already know that. So I really want to just make sure that I'm talking about like the real things that I know I was looking for. Before I moved, I was searching high and low for any creator out there who moved, who did a series about living alone, because I was terrified. Like, I did not know what to expect. I've lived on my own a few times, but I've always had roommates. So this is the first time I was living in my own apartment and really having to just do everything and figure everything out. And it was a very scary thought. Like, I was terrified, okay? I never forget leaving my home on the day of moving, and I stood at my elevator at the time and I cried, okay? I got in my car and I was driving to Jersey and I was just literally bawling my eyes out. So I do want to just give you guys a little bit of, you know, just like the real tea about living alone and just what it really feels like. I have a whole list on my phone because I really wanted to make sure I was hitting, you know, every point and not forgetting nothing. So the first thing that I wrote down was, the first week you experience a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions about living alone and feeling lonely and feeling like a bit afraid. And I want to say this, it's very scary, okay? Like, it is so scary to think about being completely alone. And I'm a person who, you know, I take things far. I start thinking about things in the worst way possible. Like, I'm thinking, God forbid something happens to me, no one's gonna know, no one's gonna be able to get in here. What if someone, God forbid, breaks in? So, you know, as much as you can do to, you know, make yourself feel as safe as possible, like for me, I wanted cameras. So I have cameras all over my house. I'm looking at my camera right now. I have cameras everywhere because I'm just a little bit, you know, nervous. I want to make sure that I feel protected and safe in my space. I want to make sure that, you know, other people when they come over feel protected and safe. And it's not something that I know some people, you know, believe in or feel comfortable with, but I'm someone who's like, I need cameras. Even growing up, my household always had cameras, so that's just something I'm used to, and it does bring me a sense of peace and a sense of safety. Just take time to pray every day, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you cannot control everything, right? Like, you could try your best to buy all the locks and all the cameras in the world, but at the end of the day, you know, people are wicked and bad mind. Like, you really don't know what anyone's thinking or, you know, what could happen. So I just make sure I wake up, I thank God for life, I ask him to protect me along the way, and that's it. The next thing I have on my list is I am a lot stronger mentally and physically than I ever thought I was. I am very strong. I am so strong, and I always knew that about myself because I've never been a person to get defeated or feel like, okay, I can't bounce back, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's just never been me, you know what I'm saying? I've always been somebody who's just very strong, and it's just how I was raised. But living alone really taught me that, like, you cannot rely on people. You can't sit back and wait and be like, okay, I'm gonna just look at this and hopefully somebody will come and help me, or, you know, I'll leave this in my car because, okay, like, it's heavy, like, what am I gonna do? I can't drag this in the house. Like, you can do things. Like, I was always one of those girls who was like, I'm gonna wait for my guy friends to come do it. I'm waiting for my cousin, somebody to help me. But now I'm getting to a place where it's like, no, I have to do it because I'm an adult and this is my space, and in order for me to be comfortable, I need all my things, and I need to also like get over that fear of like trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time where I couldn't even put together furniture, okay? Like, I was that person who was like, I don't know how to do that, I'm not even gonna bother, I'm gonna hire someone to do it. But no shade, no tea, it's very expensive living alone, and things start adding up. So by the time you pay to get this done and that done, you already $500-600 in the can. So it's like, okay, I have to start, you know, taking the time, sit down, breathe, put on a good show, and, you know, put together furniture and stuff like that. And it really does help to occupy your time, especially, I'm telling you guys, that first couple weeks, first month, you want to just be able to keep yourself occupied and enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. That's something I wasn't doing in the beginning. I was so pressed, and I wanted my house to feel like a home so bad. because I was feeling so like homesick that I was trying to get everything done. And then I realized like, whoa, you need to take a minute, you need to take a beat, because you're trying to rush this process seeking this level of, you know, just validation or a level of comfort that doesn't exist yet. You know what I'm saying? And we will get to all of that later. On the mental side of things, I will really say the loneliness is real, you know, and some people may experience that, some people may not. I'm someone who loves my alone time. I love being by myself, but it hits different when you're choosing to be by yourself versus when you're kind of forced to being by yourself. Being in Jersey, you know, you kind of have to wait. You gotta wait until the weekend, or you gotta wait until a special occasion to see your friends or see your family, and it does start to really take a toll on you, especially when you feel like, you know, you're just going through the motions. Like, you're going to work, you're going to the gym, you come home, and it's like, okay, so now what? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's only but so many Netflix shows or YouTube shows or vlogs that you could watch to really occupy your time. So it does start getting to you a little bit. And I know for me, like, I did cry a few times and really, you know, wonder to myself, like, did I make a mistake? Like, is this not what I was supposed to do? Like, you know, I miss home, I miss this, I miss that. But I had to realize, like, girl, this is going to make you or break you. So this has to make me. And I just kept telling myself, you know, God would not give you this if you were not ready for this. If he didn't have plans to, you know, grow you and evolve you as a person and as a woman. You know, your first month, just tell your friends and family, like, listen, I'm probably gonna be calling you a lot. I'm gonna probably wanna be on FaceTime. I'm gonna probably need a little company, and that's okay. It doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you annoying. And I think people also expect it, you know, like your friends and your family should expect that. We're gonna hear from this person a lot because they're on this new journey, and you know, they just need support and they need love and they need a little company. So nothing is wrong with that. You know, I'm a lot stronger than I thought because, you know, I was really going through it, not gonna lie. And I have had moments of breaking down and just feeling like, oh my goodness, but thankfully I have a really strong support system. So my friends were like, okay girl, you could cry, we're here for you, but everything is gonna be okay. Wipe your tears, everything is gonna work out. Next on my list is things take time, so don't rush or get anxious about the small things that are taking a little longer than others. This is a huge lesson that I am still learning. As I said, I wanted my space to be complete, done, ready, feeling like home yesterday. You know what I mean? But as much as I saved up, as much as I felt fully prepared, you cannot fully prepare to live alone. Like, I cannot really explain that to you. You can only prepare but so much. Like, I had a lot saved, I had a lot planned, I thought everything was gonna be cool, but as you begin to live alone, there are so many unexpected expenses, so many things that you weren't planning for, and it's like, okay, damn, now I gotta pay for that, now I gotta pay for that. And it gets to a place where you're like, okay, all I got right now is enough for the couch, the bed, the TV, and the mirror. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, like now I'm feeling stressed because, you know, you're excited, you want your space to come together, you want to come home every day and feel like, okay, my home is complete. But things take time, and people kept telling me that, but I really wasn't jacking it. I'm like, nah, I got this. But it's so true. Like, things really do take time. You have to live in your space. You have to kind of, you know, just sit with things, and like sometimes you'll buy stuff and you'll just be looking at you like, I don't really like that no more, or I don't like that there, I like that there. And I'm sure that I'm gonna continue to do that, you know, as long as I stay in this apartment, you know, moving things around and whatnot. But you have this vision in your mind of like what you think things are gonna look like. But once, you know, you're really in your space, you're kind of looking like, okay, maybe I really don't know what I want. You just gotta give yourself time. Don't be trying to rush to do everything, because when you do that, you end up spending unnecessary money. I have spent probably $200 to $300 on things that I literally did not like and am not using now. And it was just a waste of money. Like, looking back, I wish I would have just chilled out and just took my time, because I had all my carts pre-filled before I moved. So I was ordering stuff, literally getting delivered on the day I got to my apartment, not knowing that when I got here, I wasn't even gonna like some of the stuff that I ordered. So just take your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus on the things that are easier. Like, focus on your bathroom and your kitchen. Those are like the easiest things to decorate. The last thing I had on my list was living alone is a privilege that many people do not get the opportunity to experience. This is something I've really been sitting with. Despite my feelings of loneliness, despite my feelings of fear or anxiety, or, you know, just navigating this whole thing. I keep reminding myself, some people are on their hands and knees begging to have their own apartment, begging to have their own home. So the fact that God has blessed you with this opportunity, you should be nothing short of grateful and thankful. It is an amazing opportunity to be able to live alone, to learn about yourself, to, you know, discover all these new things in your life, and to have a place to call your own where you can come home every night and feel peace, where you can be alone, be, you know, just one with yourself and have a sense of safety in your own home. That is a blessing within itself. But ultimately, I'm so happy. I feel like people can feel that I'm happy. I feel like I'm at peace, and now I'm just learning so much about myself. But I want to say thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm literally about to end this vlog and start another one and start giving you guys some week in the lives, because I've been really holding off on posting because I wanted to do this sit down like Q&A type of style video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post every single day, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.